Alright, boys and girls, let's get straight to the point. No intro needed. You guys are trying to farm out exotic class items for Festival of the Lost, which came out today. Now, this is going to tell you how to get those class items as fast as possible with putting in as little effort as possible. Now, to avoid any confusion, let's clarify what you can and cannot get with these exotic class items. So, Ava's exotic class items are available to all players for the Festival of the Lost event. You don't have to own Final Shape, and you don't have to have Dual Destiny completed in order to get these exotic class items. However, there is one catch. While you can obtain the class item itself without owning any of that or doing Dual Destiny, you cannot use attunement unless you do complete a run of Dual Destiny. So what that means is anyone can farm as many class items as you want from Ava, but if you want to use the attunement system, which is very good for hunting the role that you want, then you do need to complete Dual Destiny at least once. If you are in the boat of people who have Final Shape and have ran Dual Destiny, you can go ahead and go to Ghost in the Pale Heart, and on screen here you will see the attunement system where you can pick up a perk of whatever you want. So for example, if I am on a hunter and I want Liar's Handshake and Caliban's, I would pick either Liar's or Caliban's from the top row, and that would give me a good chance to get that one perk out of the two that drop from a class item. So it's much better than having two RNG drops in your perk pool where you can focus one, and at least that one will consistently drop for you while the other one will still be an RNG lottery. Now with that out of the way, let's talk about what you need to get these class items from Ava. So once you've completed the tutorial from her and done your one Haunted Lost sector, you will get to this point where you will see the event rewards right here with the exotic class items. Once you do see that, you need one Eerie Engram and then 2,500 candy to buy one class item, and you can buy as many as you want as long as you have the currency that's needed. So for the first currency, Eerie Engrams, these are obtainable through the Haunted Lost sectors that you see here on screen. The playlist version, which is basically matchmaking, and you can do whatever you want in there when you match with random people, and just complete the activity pretty easily. It's normal difficulty, right? And then there's the Expert Haunted Sector version, which is not match-made, and is a bit tougher, you know, tougher enemies, more health, etc. So the main difference between these two here are that in the normal playlist version, when you complete a haunted sector, you have only a chance to get an Eerie Engram. It's not a guarantee, but you can get one when you complete a run. However, in the Expert version, you can complete the run, and then you are guaranteed one Eerie Engram, and you have a chance to get a second one in one single run. Now, you might be thinking, well, Sneak, I don't want to do Expert sectors. I'm a solo player. The enemies are super tanky. It's annoying. I don't want to play it. Well, actually, that's exactly what you can do. Well, can't do. Won't do. Let me explain. So, in Lost sectors, or I guess specifically here in the Expert version, what you can do is you start it up, whether you're solo or with a fire team, you kill the initial couple of dregs or thrall, whatever variant you get, and then the timer will start, and you do absolutely nothing. You just sit there and chit-chat, maybe play rock, paper, scissors, you know, throw a dice around, see if you get a 20, and then when the timer finishes, the boss will spawn in after you've done absolutely nothing for 5 minutes. Then you just kill the boss, and you're done, and bam, you still get full rewards as if you did an actual full run where you tried to kill Headless Ones. So you'll still get a bunch of weapons, you'll still get a bunch of candy, and then you'll get 1 or 2 Eerie Engrams for practically 0 effort. The only small catch to this is that there are triumphs and event challenges associated with Headless Ones where you gotta maybe kill all of them in a particular sector or kill X of them to complete a challenge. But outside of that, if you don't care for that stuff and you just want to farm exotic class items, boot it up, do nothing for 5 minutes, kill the boss, and then get your loot and reset. So that takes care of Eerie Engrams. Now let's talk about the candy. You need 2,500 candy per exotic class item. Let's start with the freebie. So in the tower, on each of your characters, there are 2 trees to climb to get free candy. There's one tree that's behind Ava in the tower, and then one that's by Ikora. Each of these trees give you 400 and change worth of candy. In total, I believe it's 890, which across 3 characters would equal out to 2670, which is just enough to get 1 exotic class item. Next freebies are the bounties. You have 2 of these weekly bounties that give you 250 candy each, and then of course you have dailies that you can complete within these sectors or just around anywhere in the game. Plus, there's also the additional repeatable bounties. Now, as for obtaining candy in activities, your most efficient and fast method of doing this is going to be a Dueling Karu checkpoint in the Shattered Throne dungeon. For those unaware, Dueling Karu is the final boss of the Shattered Throne dungeon and is an absolute pushover of a boss. What you would do is you do the dungeon or get a checkpoint up to the final boss, Then you pass leader to somebody else on your fire team, so you would need at least one other person. And then you would switch characters and rejoin that person on a different character. Then you would kill the boss, which, by the way, again, is a pushover. Just bring a Warcliffe Coil and some AoE ability damage, like a Consecration for the Knights. Then you just blast her with Warcliffe plus a GL for the weekend, and she'll die very quickly, in like 2 shots maybe. Now, the reward for this is you get either 1 or 2 manifest pages, which is fine, and then you get about 170 candy. 160, 170, it varies depending on the Scions dying and stuff like that. But this takes about, let's say, 90 seconds, given the load times and whatnot with your ships. So for every 90 seconds, you get 160 to 170 candy, and then 1 to 2 manifest pages. Now, if you're a solo player, your best bet, honestly, is probably going to be just easy public events. The ones on EDZ and the Cosmodrome in particular are pretty easy and very quickly done. Again, I think Warcliffe dominates that as well, ironically. You get about 180 candy from these, and they're pretty chill. They take a bit longer than Dueling Karu would, but this is a solo method as opposed to needing other people to get candy. As for other methods, there are a few more you can do, like Legendary Lost Sectors, where you solo, and you get about, I think, 120 from those. Then there's the Story Mission Cheese, where you load up the First Contact mission with a checkpoint at the end. Again, you would swap characters and join on a different one on a fire team member, and then you simply just open the door and then sit in the pod, and bang, you get free loot. I think this would give you, again, 1 to 2 manifest pages, but you only get about 40 candy, so it's a lot less on the candy front. Aside from that, it's just generally whatever you normally want to play in the game. You could do Vanguard Strikes, which is, of course, solo. You could do Advanced Nightfalls, which is also solo, and it's double rep and double loot this week, so you kind of get like a 3-for-1 there. If you're somebody that does a lot of dungeons and raids, or you're farming the new Vesper's Host dungeon, you get about 160 per encounter from that as well. So it just comes down to what your preference is and whether you're a solo player or somebody that has friends to do multiple player activities like Dueling Karu. So that's it in regards to the exotic class items. Once again, don't forget to use attunement if you have it unlocked, and if you're curious, I will also be doing videos for the Super Black Shader, how to unlock it, as well as getting the Lost Mementos. And maybe I'll do a mass engram opening to see how many Mementos I can get just like last year. You guys seem to have enjoyed that. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing today. It does help the channel grow and is much appreciated. And if you want to go the extra mile, you can leave a like or a comment below as well. If you don't know what to leave as the comment, leave attunement as the comment. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.